call the meeting to order at 2:06. I thought our charter rep was going to come today. She is not, so we're going to skip over that. We have minutes to vote on, and Roland, you said you just emailed the January 7th ones, right?
I did.
Okay, so let's wait till next meeting for that. But for the rest of them, has everyone had a chance to read them at one point?
Yeah, I think.
Yes.
Okay. Do I have a motion to accept the October 15th, November 26th, and then the open house minutes?
Motion.
Crystal,
Second.
Amy, second. Roll call. Linda,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Crystal,
Yes.
Roland,
Yes.
Amy,
Yes.
Jane, and myself is yes. Next up is the public hearing debrief. Does anyone have any comments about how the public hearing went for y'all? No.
You're talking about for when we had the digital with the guests?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that went well.
Okay.
I really do. Someone reached out to me was trying to find that in my mail, and she's doing. I sent it to Alex, and she's including us in her newsletter. And she's using a picture of myself and Alex and the other gentleman that was on the board. And it's a pretty intense newsletter. So I can send that to everyone on
What
the
is
board.
the newsletter?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
What group is it?
It's the Alliance for Digital Equity, right, Crystal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And she sent it to me via email. And she showed me how everything would look. And I sent it to Alex just for his approval, and it was all set to go. I'm just trying to find it so I can give you more information on it. Okay, her name is Rachel, and she said, I just finished putting together this month's Alliance newsletter. I used a photo from the Hadley Senior Center public hearing to go with the NBA Trailblazer story. And I can't show everyone on Zoom, but I can definitely send it to you via email. But this is what the newsletter looks like. Can you guys see it? And can you see it?
No, they can't.
No, she can't. I think we were using they can't see us at all.
They can't. They can see us, but they can't see what you're showing on your computer. Yeah.
And it just says, in this edition, upcoming Alliance meetings, advocacy, digital equity, success stories, digital navigation network, North Star digital literacy, 413 care, seeking community feedback, upcoming meetings, digital equity legislation filed. This is what this newsletter entails, and this is the picture that they used.
Nice.
That's what
So it's really something, and I can definitely pass this on. I'm happy that we're in the newsletter. I'm happy that we're being representative. Yeah, this gives us not just now Hadley, but someone else is going to include us in our trials and tribulations of getting to be a digital equity town. And this newsletter reaches so many people that they will now be interested in what Hadley is doing for the newsletter for digital equity. So I'm pretty happy about that. That's it.
Definitely, not to mention we've had so much press over the last month. It's been wonderful. So, yeah, we're doing pretty good on that front.
Thank Alex for everything he's doing. He is the general.
The work's not over. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely.
It's been a long journey, and I'm still asking people if they filled out a survey just to see where they're at with the inclusion of the digital equity at the senior center home on Golden Court in Hadley at the Winfield, I know it's Vista now, to the elderly population there. Even when I go to Big Y, I know that's Amherst, but a lot of people from Hadley shop there. I know a person who's starting a union for Trader Joe's. I've told them about it. So I'm really trying to get different corporations and businesses to see where the literacy challenge is in Hadley. So hopefully we can get somewhere with that.
Great. Anyone else have any comments for the public hearing besides it went great?
I mean, I think we all,
Yeah, but it also turned into more of a conversation than just everyone coming up and just complaining about Charter Spectrum. Although that's what it was, but I think we had more in-depth conversation than we would have if we had 60 people. So there's nothing else. Oh, Linda, go ahead. Sorry, no.
now I just said I wish there had been more people who could have attended, but I think a lot of people watched it on the video afterwards, Alex, because they spoke to me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as the word's getting out, I think that's what's most important at this rate.
Yeah.
We had free people.
Well, they all had something positive and important to contribute, which was
Mhm.
good because it made me feel like, okay, we're really doing something. There are
Mhm.
underserved people here who are needing the attention that we can give.
And there was three different perspectives. I mean, we had Jack Kelsey, that's nothing. Talk about his teaching, and if the internet goes out of his home, he can't teach.
Right.
I mean, and then we had the Honeypot Cemetery liaison, I'm going to call him. And then your husband came over and talked about
North Hadley and the lives.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So definitely there was a lot of unique perspectives that came out of that, which was good.
Do you have a count on how many people watched it?
About 40 something.
Wow. That's,
Yeah.
I'll give you a better number later, but it's around 40.
Do we know how many people showed up for the afternoon
It
walkthrough?
was about Linda, what about 20 maybe?
Yeah, people coming out of the class and a couple of meetings. I'll stop by for some period of time. So
Yeah, you pretty much just kind of rally people in, Linda. So kudos to you and thank you for that. So I think it was pretty successful, and then count for our surveys was 209 surveys, which was not only that, sorry, that's Jennifer. Which was better than when I looked up communities who are doing their implementation. We surpassed far more surveys than some of the bigger towns around the area. We're in the triple digits, everyone else is in the double digits.
percent return, that's great.
We got 9.
Exactly.
We got 9% return. So that shows that we're on the right path. We're doing really
People
good.
care.
Yes, absolutely. People care.
On the other hand, so care because you sat out at voting in every other place and said, hey, sign this, fill this out.
Yep.
We need you.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So let's talk about the initial draft that we all got.
That's trying to find it. Do you remember the date? Because I have so many emails. from her.
I sent it just a
It's been
Yeah,
maybe a week.
couple weeks ago. Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely in January. It's before the January meeting. I think it sent out like that Thursday or Friday.
yeah, because I want to find the Excel sheet you sent us with the numbers on it that you just spoke about. That's
Yep, that should be in the email too.
So corrections on this.
Okay, yep.
Page 2, there's a typo.
Mm-hmm.
Coaxial cable to their swellings, not dwellings.
Page 11.
Typos are always fun. Gets good giggles.
Yes.
11.
Hey, what these represent, these dots.
The dots?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let them know of that. So I could tell you the green dots are where people have okay service, the pink dots are where folks are not having great service.
Okay.
But I'll let them know of that.
So this is hard to read. This is way too small for most seniors to read.
Mm-hmm.
I speak for a group. And these numbers that are in here,
Yep,
at a later place, you put them in white where they're on color. That would help.
right.
But pulling them out, I think, is even better on a chart this size.
Okay. And that's page
6.
6. Okay.
And so up here it says about 5,250 residents across 2,323 households and 1,401 families. Does that mean there are 900 people living in single homes or living singly? The difference between these two numbers, families and the households?
I don't know. I'm assuming they went by census information. Because this is about if
Right,
you
but
were
I'm still looking to see if what that information means. You see what I'm saying up here? It's like, if this is one number and this is another number, what are we looking at? Are we looking at singles? Because singles are, I think, certainly is the senior end of it. People we really need to focus on in terms of digital skills.
right.
Anyway, that was just
Okay. We'll bring it.
my question.
Okay. Could you?
Yeah, you can have this.
Okay.
Again, I cannot see those numbers, but if they were in white, it would
Yeah.
help, or put them up above or below
Mhm.
and big enough to read.
Yes.
So, for instance, on this page, some are in white, that's nice. I have
Mhm.
no idea what those
Right. Okay.
are. And all of these words here, one font larger at least, please. And the colors that go with them, back here on this one,
Hmm.
there's no way of telling what colors those are, sure.
Unless you look really, really
Well,
close.
unless you have really young eyes.
Even my eyes can't even pick that.
Well, given the average age of the Hadley resident,
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
So Cooley Dickinson, page 11,
Hmm.
places we handed it out. It should also be going to Wellesley Methodist Church. They have a very active group who be doing things like this.
Okay.
When you list the churches. Cooley Dickinson Hospital in Hadley is an institution in the town which requires Cooley Dickinson is not in Hadley.
I did know that.
Cooley Dickinson is the town, is the hospital most people in the town use in Northampton, but I think we need to clean that up.
Yeah, I did know that in my draft too. Okay.
Oh, no, here we go. So municipal fiber is being connected to all town buildings.
Yes.
It says you needed to verify. So I'm telling you.
Yeah.
There.
Yep, so for that, they want to connect with Kyle and Chief Spanking Able. See if there's anything else we need for it, any like sort of wish list that they have for it. For that particular project.
Hurry up and get it.
Yeah.
So in the broadband access,
Mm-hmm.
fill in unserved areas to Honey Pot and Cemetery Road, we left out Moody Bridge. Cause there's one house down there that needs access.
Yeah.
And, Hadley Housing Authority is not overseeing Berkway. That's different authority.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive about that.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
Oh, wait.
wait a minute. Berkway.
Berkway.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm thinking the one that's a Stop and Shop.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Berkway is. Okay. And you not included the senior and family housing at best. Some of which are one of the chapters in terms of income
Okay.
vouchers. Okay.
Yeah,
Pages that was like A16. So there's housing. Mountain View, that's what it's called.
Okay. That's near courtyard, right?
It's on the way to Stop and Shop.
Oh, it's on the way to Stop and Shop. Oh, okay.
You go in that Stop and Shop, turn in, and
Yeah.
it's off to the left.
Offload. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Make it up like that.
Keep my foot.
All right. Any other comments? I know some folks turned in their comments over email.
Did you want us to review those or do
You
you?
don't, you don't have to necessarily,
Alright.
but if you wanted to, you could. But
Yeah.
if you
I just
already,
need- Yeah, I suggested together with Nikki some text in the senior population area that spoke to the idea of a sustained effort was needed for digital education and literacy. Is-
Mhm. Okay,
Mhm.
all right, and I'm still waiting for the stakeholders to get back to me on their edits or concerns from it. I know Patrick's on vacation. I know Annie's pretty busy with negotiations. So I'm gonna nudge some people at some point this week to get their concerns in, so we can have a more full plan. Anything else on the draft?
No, I think it looks really good.
Mhm.
There are some places, again, visual,
Yeah,
where this blue thing
yeah,
runs through words. Make them whited instead of black. That's not a hard typo to do.
yeah,
There's stuff in there.
yeah.
Just, it's harder to see it.
I'll bring it up.
Okay.
I'll let me bring it up.
I thought it was extremely thorough.
It was very thorough, very easy read. The other digital plans around the Commonwealth were like 90 pages. That's excessive.
Mhm.
That you could read without falling asleep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but I'll get all those. Whoever sent me edits, I'll get those edits in. If everyone else could give me edits by the end of the week or early next week, that'd be awesome. So I can get everything into them all at once.
Good.
Anything else?
I think this is excellent.
I went through it, but I didn't. It would, well, I didn't catch some of those things. I went.
Yeah.
Said that, I'm like, yeah, it's true. What do those mean? What do those marks mean? So I'm like, right, so.
Yeah.
I like the digital private footprint that gives people who are visual
Yeah.
to see exactly what it covers,
Mhm.
does it cover.
Mhm.
That's very important.
Exactly.
Have the time to read or really not want to read, so seeing it, being
Oh,
able
yeah,
to
a lot of
visualize it.
people, pictures worth 1,000
Yeah,
words.
exactly, so this is also good that you've included.
Yeah.
My only thing is that it can be very hard because not a lot of people will know that the Connecticut River is the border.
Well, and yeah, and so Northampton being included is harder.
Yeah,
So maybe you can remap that and just make it the Hadley side of the river.
Yeah. If possible, that would be great.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a hard thing to do. Even I could do that.
Yeah, this way you won't get confused about this whole demographic.
And again, you have a contrast issue on that map.
yeah.
Use a white line for fiber instead of blue.
I'm not sure if they can control that.
Yeah,
Oh,
on the
come
computer,
on.
it's green. It's blue on paper. When you print it out, it comes out blue.
Well,
It's green in here.
it doesn't, there's not a big
Oh, yeah,
contrast.
no.
There's not a big contrast.
If you can make it white, that would be better.
White would be good.
Because
White
people who
contrast.
have,
Or make the map white and make the thing. Yeah.
So I don't think it's not like it's a Google map. It's a separate thing.
You can find a map of the area.
well, can you
Scan it.
redo it and just use white instead of the green?
Maybe. I don't know. I can ask.
Yeah,
That's to see if it's
yeah, it's just
possible.
not.
Because people who are seniors and they wear glasses, sometimes the color doesn't, it runs
Contrast.
into each other, so you
Right.
can't even see the difference.
Yeah. Okay.
And this would help a lot, letting people know that, okay, my area was included, so they'll feel a little bit better,
Mhm.
if possible.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, take Northampton out of it. and-
Okay. All right. I can fully get those in too. Now we have to draft. Besides getting these edits in the final, does anyone have any suggestions for next steps?
So we're gonna have a draft,
Yep.
then we're gonna have a final copy.
Mhm.
We should present it to the select board.
Yep.
Um. PowerPoint's easy.
Mhm.
But if you do it, don't read every word. Just hit the highlights from the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
I think that's important, and then it's public record.
Yep. And I was also thinking of also a couple like community presentations too.
So that would be great.
Like one here, one at senior center, trying to give access to all ages.
It's redundant. I think you could have one here and the seniors would come to
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
senior center, maybe not.
I think that would be great too, because there's a lot of seniors who don't have internet, so actually being in person and having them come here would be nice, or the senior center, whichever one you choose to have the main. presentation.
The idea, don't do it
both.
remotely because you've already precluded the people
Yeah.
who want it.
Yeah,
Yeah. No. I wouldn't do it I wouldn't do it over Zoom. Probably be in person. So.
it definitely covers everything.
Mhm.
You've touched on income levels, you've touched on demographics, you've touched on students, everything. And it's giving graphs and explanations of ages.
Well, I didn't write this. They did.
Who?
Kinley Horn wrote this. Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
information from us.
Yeah. Then that's all their design too. Oh. All right.
Percentage and so forth.
Mhm.
Referring to Hadley, right?
Yeah.
Cognitive, independent living,
Mhm.
right? And so those numbers.
Yeah, because they're not the census, right?
Right,
Yeah.
They're
right. So
Yeah.
the information you've, it's definitely something that anyone who reads this can understand what our plan is and why we're doing it.
Yeah.
Besides with them, some of the pictures.
Yeah. We'll work on that.
So what's our path forward?
Our path forward. So once we get a final drafted, that's when we'll be able to like go after grants and implementation funding from MBI. And then really start prioritizing what we want to do. I know me and Amy are already thinking about another steering committee for broadband. Which will come up at not tomorrow, but the next the 19th. Yep. Um,
And that's for the entire town to look at, getting in seeing a company provider to see. And
They wanna do,
yeah,
or not give over.
put
Sure.
fiber throughout the entire town.
Okay.
because I spoke with, because we had a broadband meeting last week with MBI in the BEAD challenge, and it would not be feasible for us to take advantage of the BEAD challenge. We don't have a design, they're requiring a design for that to go forward. So I spoke to Kimley Horn. We're gonna get some numbers together for a design, and then we can get some alternative funding to really get that up and running.
I don't know if, public safety, Mike Spankable, has a backside fiber thing that might be your design where it's needed.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is what we're doing for the town. But they may have said, and ultimately these are options. I don't know,
Right.
but it's possible that that exists somewhere.
Mhm.
You're
Okay.
gonna have to reinvent it.
Yeah, give you a start.
Yeah, it might not, but
Mhm.
it's not unreasonable to think about it.
Yeah, I've been wanting to rewatch the MBI meeting just to get a second look and a second.
MBI is the Holyoke or?
No, they're the Massachusetts Broadband Institute. South Hadley, Holyoke, already municipal ISPs.
So the other thing about grant funding and what we want to look at is what can we get for the senior center? Right?
Mhm.
Can we get computers? What can we get? I mean, what can we apply for?
We can definitely apply for stuff now if they needed it. It'd be nice to have a person who can take care of that. So having a digital navigation coordinator of some sort to really um
Can we apply for a grant to hire digital navigation coordinator?
we could.
I think that makes sense.
I have my reservations for hiring people through grants only because um
And,
we're also union.
um,
So if we can't fund it next year, would that be a union no or a union
Violation.
Yeah, but how
roadblock?
do you know, is it everyone that you get, can't you get them for a project versus
Like an
or a
independent
1099?
Contractor.
I think I tried a conversation when I first got here. They told me no.
well, but the union has come a long way since you've been here. So we could try that question again with your union person,
Mhm.
saying, you know, I'm on this committee and we're looking at getting a grant to hire somebody. What does that do relative to you?
Mhm.
But that's the way to base it. They're not a town employee.
Right.
They're coming in on this grant. The grant is paying them. The town has nothing to do with it. Maybe not a problem. Maybe a problem. Let's ask.
Mhm.
That would be great, and it would be also great to apply for tablets. Seniors can rent out from the library,
Mhm.
able to apply for things, devices.
So I was interested to read the library's comment about the tablets have to be cleaned every time, or
Oh, that means that if you were to take one out,
Yeah.
you have to put information in to access it. And this way, if they clean it and give it to someone else to rent, your information is not on there. So like, let's say you give someone your old computer, it has everything on there that you've ever done. So
Right.
to clean it, it just removes everything and resets it to like when.
Yeah, it's just a factory reset.
Yeah, factory.
And who does that?
I would-
From the
Anyone
settings.
can do that. I can factory reset this computer and say it didn't work here.
but the first is when you factory reset, some of the things I know the senior center is trying to do is to put some programs in that people can get into and have a basis to start doing something. And how would you discriminate that from?
So it's not going, so you can, well, you're digital.
I think Jane, I'd have to really look at those cases and is it the computers you bought for the course or is it other seniors with their own device?
Oh, no, this is, of course, this is people learning.
I'd be more than happy to take a look at some point.
All right, well, that's a we're having a meeting at 3 o'clock today, you could come and ask.
I could, all right, I can go in for free. I could do that. 3 o'clock, we'll all be there.
See, that means we're gonna be done.
Soon,
All
very soon.
right, anything else for any discussing next steps? Kylie, got anything?
Not at this time.
Okay, cool.
Final.
I think they're gonna be pretty quick about it. It's also gonna depend on when I get everyone else's input into.
Assume that you get it by the end of the week, and if you don't get it, then it doesn't matter.
Hopefully.
I didn't really see anything. I'm gonna look at it again because obviously I missed a lot.
Mhm.
But I guess I wasn't read it
Right.
thoroughly. So I'm gonna look again.
Okay, well, hopefully
I think Jane did a lot. there.
she did, yes. Then I got all her comments in here.
So we're just trying to downsize the information, like Jane said.
Exactly. I'm gonna take everyone's input and just give them a bunch of go up by page number and just give them all of that input
Yeah,
in like one email.
Makes sense, because we get it all messed up, two from you.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, that would be good. And then once you get that, I guess we can just forward.
Yep.
So how far along do you think we'll be by spring or maybe
By spring,
by
you know what, Crystal, I think we're kind of ahead of schedule. To be perfectly honest with you, because we just got the draft. Right now, we're just in the rebuttal process of the draft. I think everything has to be finalized by June. So that's like select board approval, getting those presentations out to the public, sending it out to the newspaper, and then hopefully get the invitation money to get things rolling.
I can't wait.
Yeah, definitely. And believe there is monies for they can identify monies for us for our design stuff too.
Set aside.
Could be more or MBI.
I love it.
Yes, it's really good.
Sounds good.
Yes,
Mhm.
excellent thing for Hadley.
Yes.
Excellent.
Steered us very nicely through this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Absolutely.
Are we done?
Got any topics for next meeting?
We should wait till we see a final draft. I mean,
Okay.
it's silly to come before we have that, unless we have something specific we want to be talking about.
Is everyone okay with me just writing up an annual report for the county report?
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Next meeting, just wait for a final draft and then I'll get back, reach out to everyone.
And I think if anyone has any concerns, they can just email.
Exactly. If anyone has any concerns, they can email me. Great. So,
Motion to adjourn.
all right. Jane made a motion. Crystal seconds. Roll call. Vote. Kyle,
Yes.
Roland,
Yes.
Crystal,
Yes.
Amy, Jane.
Yes.
I guess I'll say yes too.